what's great about being alive? Things can go wrong, and that's what's awesome. So, folks, welcome. This is the final four for XFL EXP. EXP basically stands for expansion. This has been an expansion tournament based off of my game, Tecmo Super XFL, and it puts aside all the rest, determines who should be the expansion team for XFL in 2026. So, perfect time to end it. Was trying to do this for Final Four, but sometimes things don't happen right. Shout out to Tecmo King, introduced me to OBS. That's why I just recorded all the games on, so I'm going to watch it with you guys. Kind of was in the other room, listen to, if someone scored or something like that. But let's get to it. So without further delay, let's kick this off. All right, so it looks like everything's working. Now you can see me just a little better. Let's get to this. Let's see who will be our XFL EXP champion. So just recorded this, like I said, and let's see how it goes. So you had the New York Hitmen advance, and you had Chicago advance. So Chicago kind of got a bye. They had a chance to fight San Francisco to get a bye. They did. Then they advanced the last time. I'll break down all the scores too. But this is going to be 3 games. So we're going to see what works best, who wins, and goes from there. Exciting times. Hopefully everyone used the bathroom, got a snack, picked up some water. Be here for about an hour. I know a lot of people wanted Seattle in it. Seattle did have a chance, but they couldn't get through. So you had the Enforcers. Ooh, beautiful touchdown right there. Beautiful touchdown. And so far, folks, I think this is a lot smoother than the past ones I was using with the gameplay. So hopefully everything works out here. So they're up 7-0. They beat San Francisco Demons 42-28. Then they end up facing the New York Guardians. The Guardians. So the Guardians had a different, interesting story too. Nice pass block here. The Guardians lost to the Hitmen 56-38. Were able to get back into it, and once they got into it, then you had they fought Seattle Dragons, who lost to Seattle Sea Dragons. So a little bit of redemption game. And what happened was with that redemption game, the Guardians won 13-10, earned them beautiful pass, earned them a right to face the Enforcers. The Enforcers won 42-21 there. So we have not seen close games, but I got a feeling everyone's going to enjoy how everything goes here. It's the AFN end zone. In case you live under a Dwayne Johnson, beautiful touchdown. Awesome touchdown run right there. So AFN is the Alternative Football Network. I am part of that network. I actually am running the picks this year for everyone. So I'll be dropping some of those relatively soon. And this is nicely done. So tonight we're finally going to determine who actually advances. And the Hitman got here. They beat the Guardians. The Guardians 56-38. And then they beat everyone's favorite Seattle Sea Dragons 52-38. So they've earned their way here. Definitely have earned their way. What's everyone thinking of the gameplay? I think it actually looks a lot smoother than before, so I'm kind of digging it. I've been trying to do this for a while, trying to get this right. So my settings weren't right and everything, but Tecmo King told me, hey, this is what you do. Appreciate you, brother. I don't know if you're watching tonight. Really appreciate you. Appreciate all the guys in the Tecmo community. Since I've made this game, it's just been so awesome to interact with some of them. Some of them I idolize, got to play some of their games, some of their ROMs, and then to actually interact with them, it was kind of like, man, I feel like a kid in the candy store. So it's awesome. I really, really appreciate it. Just trying to drop this on some socials because sometimes they don't like to work. So we're at end of first quarter, 7-all. Pretty tight game. Like I said, most of the games in this have been kind of like runaways, and I got a feeling we're all gonna like this. Close matchups. Ooh, all over that. All over that. Ooh, and the big sack now. Third and 23. So Tecmo computer logic is always weird. It's like, this doesn't make sense. Why would you do something like this? It's not a good idea for you. But it never realizes, oh, let's go with something different. Never understood that, unfortunately. Avery here. Whoop. Had some room. Got his guy midfield. No one really by him. Ooh, I thought we were going to have 7 right there. Back to pass. Got his guy open. And touchdown. So Chicago has the lead once again. Now, I know in the past I've said this, I'll say it again. Tecmo doesn't really give the opportunity to go with extra, only gives you the opportunity to go extra points. I know in all versions of the XFL, it never was, an extra point you always had to go for. The first one was kind of like a 2-point conversion just to get 1 point. Now, since it came back in 2020 at the 1 point, the 2 point, and the 3 point. So Little different. You never know if someone ever finds that code. I would be happy to put that in. Sorry about that. Sound effects too. Fitzpatrick, man, with another sack. So let's look at the computer logic here. Tecmo logic is different. This game is different. So this game is very similar to. Ooh, wide open. That's great. That's perfect. Now they could do the timeout too. I think I might be a second or two behind. Just want to make sure we're all getting this. Wow, touchdown. Look at that. I'll show Tecmo logic too. So if you're just joining or anything, this game I developed a little differently. So I have a couple quirks in this game that you can't really find elsewhere. But what you have here, there's no time on the clock. So as you see, 21 seconds. And he could just run with it. So it doesn't take any time off that clock, which is huge, especially if you're, your team's trailing or something like that. Oof. That should be last play. That is the last play. So 14 all. Very competitive game. And look at the stats too. I mean, the only thing right now is Chicago. I'm sorry, actually, Chicago is trailing in passing yards and rushing yards. So they're definitely their defense has definitely helped them. Especially, I mean, Fitzpatrick, at least 2 sacks. So computer logic you'll see too with the punting. Missed them there. He's just over 150 yards now. He's owning them in the air. Now, interesting is, I grew up. I was a fan of the Hitman. It was the first XFL team for me, just because they're close to proximity where I live. Fitzpatrick again, complete beast. And is that Fitzpatrick again? No. I think that's like, what, 4 sacks now on him? So they're going to go with the punt. So now if you punt it, if it's touchback, the other team gets a 35-yard line. Huge difference here. So they basically, I mean, what, a 15-yard punt basically after the touchback? Quarterback keeper. Interesting. 3rd and 2. Let's see what they call on this play. And New York calls for a stop. So I grew up a Hitman fan. So it was really interesting back in the day. Do I feel like if New York came back, I don't feel like MetLife would be a good stadium, only because of it's massive. You could fit like 80,000 fans. I noticed with this, granted they are trying to do more stuff for the television, but I think they need a smaller stadium like Red Bull Stadium. That would be perfect for it. Fitzpatrick again and a safety. That is the first safety ever doing these, so that's kind of awesome. Wow, first safety. We've had our first kickoff return. Now we had our first. Wow. Wow. So hey, you give up 2 points, but now you gain 40 yards. Excuse me. New York can't stop that pass rush. And look, once again, wide up. Fitzpatrick. I really need someone to keep stats on how many Fitzpatrick sacks we've had. 4? Has to be 4. So third quarter, 2-point game. Ooh, Bailey 50, 40. Good stop. Love. That scoreboard was so hard to do, but man, I love it. So yeah, Chicago's their defense is holding this game right now. They're being outrush, they're being outpassed, and eat first downs. Their quarterback's a 33% completion percentage, yet they lead by 2 points. Crazy. Whoa! There we go. That might be it. And the funny part is 2 points is only in a safety in this game. So it's not like they can if New York scores they could go for the extra for the points to bridge it. They're only given the kick. So this is gonna be really interesting. This is almost like you have to score a field goal and keep them, shut them down. Ugh. Zach, that offensive line is just getting wrecked. Look at the pressure. And then he gets up 5 yards. Nice double team. 4th and 5 is the fourth quarter. They have to go for it. Okay, questionable. I thought they were going reverse here, and I thought they read it, but that was a good play. It actually is time now. Overthrew an open man. Wow. Wow, just completely overthrew it there. That could have been something huge. So they're calling the timeout. 4th and 19. This is huge. This is quite important. Yeah. Why would you even do that? I mean, you've been heckled all night, and they just have to literally rush out the clock, and that's what they're doing. Avery with the touchdown. So now makes it. I mean, extra point makes it a 16-point game. A minute and a half left. I'm not the best person with math. I mean, the kickoff could do. I mean, if they score right here, get the onside kick, it's worth a shot. Let's watch. Okay. A little something. Oh, they are all over that. That's it. That is it. So Chicago will be advancing. So with that, it's either they're gonna play next round, as you see some of the teams. It's the Vipers, or it is the Las Vegas Outlaws. So Outlaws are 2001, Vipers were 2020. So very interesting styles too. And that is it. That is it. Advancing to the championship, Chicago Enforcers. And they were outplayed. I mean, if you look at the stats at the end, the stats got better. But the Hitman, I mean, don't forget, it was 16 of 14 going in to the fourth quarter. So now, here we go. Our second of the third match. We got our final four, and then we have our championship. So we have the Tampa Bay Vipers going against the Las Vegas Outlaws. But yeah, I love that scoreboard. And the original is always two helmets. Once I figure it out, I'm like, oh, I got to put my logo there. I got to put my stamp on that game. So let's see. Tampa's had an interesting way getting here as well. I'll pull that up so I can tell everyone about it. So Tampa won. Wow, this is actually interesting to see. Tampa won a battle of the Vipers. They beat Vegas 28. Let me just double check on this. Yeah, they beat Vegas 28 to 10. I kind of dig the Vipers of Vegas. Hard part is that stadium was just so bad. I think if they had a different option, it would be interesting. So here we go. Punts do run the clock a little, so it's not like the kickoff from the after a touchdown or first or second half. Then they beat the Rage 49 to 38. He came back in that game too. They were down 14 or something points. Didn't look good for them. And then they came back, tied it, and then scored them and won. So definitely that was a crazy game. I definitely recommend going back and rewatching it for them. And then for the Outlaws, they played the Demons, who couldn't get by. So only team with an 0-2 record in this tournament, 37 to 27, and then they beat the Wildcats, who shocked me. The Wildcats won 31 to 10 over the Extreme, and then the Outlaws took care of the Wildcats 31 to 14. So leaves us here. Nice reverse. That was a good reverse. See, they're getting a little too fancy at the reverse. Third down, they should just drone. I mean, they're trying to feel out, the other team. And it's crazy to think this is a matchup that would have never happened in real life. It's the beauty about this game. The visions go as you have a 1. Let's take a look at stats real quick. No team has any passing yards. That's nuts. No passing yards. And Tampa's just controlling the rushing. So you had the divisions are you have a 1, you have 2020, and you have 23. Separated basically either north or south or east versus west. Overthrew his receiver. Almost had him there. Almost had him. Ooh, he hate me. He hate me. Ooh, they hate him definitely. We finally have a touchdown, and it is the Outlaws getting it right there. Wow. That was a good 50 something yard. So now it's 7-0. Okay, definitely interesting. He had a guy who was a little further. But folks, show you I'm not controlling this. This is computer versus computer. For them to determine who should get by. Oof. Okay. So Outlaw strike with a huge run by He Hate Me. And now wide open. He's got three receivers open. There's one defender. I mean, he had his choice. And now the Vipers strike back. So now it's 6-7. Quick extra point. 7-all. Seeing that end zone too, AFN. For those watching, AFN has a live episode tomorrow night. Talk about recapping the UFL from this past weekend. Had some coaching changes happen today, so I know they'll talk about that, and also they'll be previewing upcoming weekend. You had DC going to St. Louis and win. Nice run. He hate me might go off here, and St. Louis's big game this weekend too against the Arlington Renegades. So looking forward to what those guys have to say tomorrow night. All right. Outlaws are going to try breaking this tie. Feels good about this is these are the final four teams, so it's nice it's a close game. I know this whole tournament was basically like runaway games, but it's nice to have games that are kind of close here. Fifty seconds left. Ooh, it's got a guy open, deep. If he gets that, field goal range right there. And this is gonna be it because a punt is just gonna milk the clock. Yep, that's okay. It puts us at halftime. 10-7 Outlaws. Outlaws still have not one completion, which is nuts. Yeah, so basically Tampa's controlling the passing and the Vegas is controlling the runs. Wide open. He had a blocker. He had room to run. Bad decision. Computer logic. Never understood it. That's 2 for Horn. Horn is in. And now, just like that, Tampa has the lead. Going back and forth. Awesome. Tampa is one of those teams, too, in this game. They're kind of more of the consistently road team. So a lot of these teams like to have monochromatic jerseys. The hard part is Tampa, they went with their green jersey. They would, blend in just a little. So they're one of the teams, just like the Vipers we were just talking about. Black on black did not look good. So they're permanently. Oh, he hate me. He hate me, says, hey, Horn, I match your 2 with 2 of my own. Wow. 16-14, just like that. Just like that. Wow. $17-14. This is good. Like I said, close games, final round. You want something close. Overthrew it. Ooh, I thought he had that. Wow. Not a fan of end arounds. I guess. Well, I'm gonna eat my words here. So they usually don't go well, but there you go. 17-14. Back and forth there. We got ourselves a game. It's, granted the Outlaws are leading rushing, but they're not running away with it. Their passing is what I mean. Your 20% completion percentage, that's holding them back. But it's kind of now. I mean, you have 8 plays here, 4 runs. I'd just be playing a run play every. Yeah, but he hate me is in again. Oh, sorry. This time Eric Guilford. Extra point gives them a 10-point lead. Now they still have time. The kickoff is not timed. You get a good return, get 1 play off. You're right in this. Let's see what they do. 40, 50, 40. No. 10. Wow. So we have a kickoff return, and just like that, the Vipers are now down by 4 pending an extra point kick. Didn't take any time off that clock. Still left it at 4:30. Wow, this is insane. We've had our first safety, and we need a kickoff return. And a kickoff return. Can't get any better. (24-21). Ooh, that's a key interception. I I mean, he had 20% completion percentage at the end of the third quarter. This is huge. Yeah, the guy just a little more. I think that was his target. Bad choice. Bad choice. He had plenty of room to run. Should have just taken that, but the computer does do interesting things. He hate me. He's been running away with this game. Smart. Make him burn those timeouts. Stay in the middle of the field. And just wear him down. See? That's good strategy right there by the computer. First down. They've burned their timeouts. And just think, it was only 4:30 when they scored. Technimo, the clock does move a little fast. Ooh, he's got a guy wide open at the end. Hey, first completion in a while for him. That might be it. Clement makes it. The kick, 31-21. Let's see what their style is. They've already given up one return to Williams, so Williams could be a threat to them. So this is huge. Need 10 points, under 2 minutes left. He was going to try running again. What's interesting too with Tampa, Tampa has, if the way they do things, you have the Tampa Bay Vipers. That was XFL. You also have the Tampa Bay Bandits and the USFL. And soon you'll be able to play as the Bandits. I am trying to finish that this weekend. Long story short, oh wow. I didn't even realize it was fourth down. This game's pretty much it. So it looks like it's going to be Vegas against Chicago. Battle of 2001 teams. Yeah, just keep running the clock out. That's all you need to do. Couldn't even get the field goal. So, I was saying about the Bandits, you'll be able to play as them soon. Probably I'll talk about this next game, but the new game is on its way. So 31-21 is our final from Las Vegas. And look at that, 186 yards by Rod He Hate Me Smith. Basically ran away. He was the major part. I mean, both quarterbacks struggled passing for barely 25%. So now we're down to our final. Las Vegas, Chicago, and they have met once in their lifetime. And the final score in that was March 4th, 2001. Chicago Enforcers won 15-13. Now, we're not going to have that score here with it being Tecmo, so will be interesting. Avery was the big rusher for Chicago, and He Hate Me huge for the Outlaws. So we've had a safety, we've had a kickoff return. Wow, Murph E getting things started quickly. That's a big completion there. Wow. 2 plays, that's it. Just like that, the Outlaws are on the board. 6-0 lead. Last game, their quarterback struggled. It was all he hate me carrying them to victory. Last game, Chicago's defense helped them. They just kept on applying pressure to that quarterback for the Hitman. So, very interesting. We've already seen things change quickly. So, it's 7-0. Can Avery and the Enforcers answer right back? Well covered here. Ooh, wow. We're less than 2 minutes into this. This has already been great. And I said that, and the guy takes a sack. Ooh. Appreciate all the people on X sharing this right now. For some reason, it's not. Ooh, beautiful touchdown, too. So we are all tied up. For some reason, the live didn't want to go on to X. That was the major problem in the beginning. So, hey, we're on YouTube right now. Glad everyone's watching. And if you're watching this from X, appreciate you watching as well. So it's now 7-all. He just runs straight. Funny part too with these teams, Chicago actually made the playoffs that year. They're one of the teams. Las Vegas went like 4-6. Something different too, if you guys notice, they all have like helmets here with a logo. Something a little something different I did, and you'll see that too in the next Tecmo. I'm doing Tecmo. I'm calling it a little different too this year. TSB UFL 25. Some massive improvements you'll see. Just have to finish putting the rosters in. That was the main issue last time. I put rosters in, and the computer side just go. Ooh, he hate me so close, 2 yards away. Let's watch. Giving it to Guilford. Interesting play call, but hey, it works for them. Another touchdown. Las Vegas has the lead. So yeah, if I finish, I'm like, oh, I got the graphics all set. I'm happy. I put the names in, finished everything, hit save, and then it converted itself. Never seen anything like it in my life. So then, luckily, by doing the predictions I do for hold up, 2 touchdowns, 2 touchdown kickoff returns. Wow. Telling you, it's the playoffs, man. This is great. Dodged them and then was just right in. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, yeah, so kind of luckily the I do predictions for the UFL during the week with the games. I was able, I'm like, oh, I had it saved. So I didn't have to make too many improvements from scratch, but definitely wasn't expected. I was trying to drop it for April, so we will have it soon. I promise you. So this game has a little bit of a glitch sometimes with a turnover. You just saw one guy picked him off, but another guy had it. 6 seconds left. Yeah, there you go. So, wow, that was only 14-14. What a game so far. What a game. And that was only the first quarter. Crazy, right? Or here's all the score. I'm like, oh, 14, 4. Oh, it's not halftime. The second sack of the day. Easy to remember with a name like uh, Tapioca. Punting the ball away, and you'll see, look at the clock's ticking down quick. Not bad. Pinned them inside their 5. Not enough of a pin. So 14-14. There you go. The bootleg, they knocked out San Francisco huge. It was a very popular play. If they go back to that, it's interesting. They did it for a lot for that game. The other games they haven't. So if they keep it up like that, that'll be huge. They sniffed out that though. We're going with the field goal. It's good. So 2 minutes left, second quarter. Big run by Avery. Wow. That was huge. I went from what, 25? I was a good 50-yard run. Plenty of time. And there we go. Back and forth. This game's been so good. We've had a kickoff return. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. 21-17. 4-point game now for Chicago. Chicago would be interesting as a team in the in the UFL. Because you could do so many different things with it too. You know, because if you look at the history of Chicago, the Bears would be helpful. And if you look at the, you might be able to even put. I gotta double check on this, but don't know my history too well. But I feel like there was a Chicago team for USFL. No, there wasn't. Oh yeah, Chicago Blitz. Chicago Blitz. Never know. I mean, so you've had Chicago for spring football. You've had Vegas for spring football. That would be the last play. So it's halftime. It is a 21-17 lead for the Enforcers. Chicago, once again, I mean, Vegas already has what, close to 200 yards of offense. But the defense for Chicago is helping them again. Take out kick return. And 17-14. But yeah, it's crazy to think all the options you have for expansion. What works is St. Louis. St. Louis works because they were burned by the NFL. They have a stadium. They can put a lot of people in there. Personal opinion, and I'll do a piece on this soon. I think you should go Oakland. Oakland has lost their baseball team, has lost their football team. You put a team like that, that will generate interest quick. Quick. You know? Gives them someone to cheer. I mean, heck, even the Golden State Warriors have left Oakland to go to San Francisco. So that whole area, that Coliseum and everything, is it the perfect stadium for football? Not really. Could they generate fans? Absolutely. Absolutely. Fitzpatrick making a name for himself. He was huge last game. Ooh, he hate me running away here. Massive run. So officially under 3 minutes left. Championship game, our fourth quarter. Fitzpatrick, again, 2 sacks his drive already. 2:50 to play. Reversal with Murphy. A fumble. Enforcers have the ball. A 4-point lead. They stop Avery. Now it's close to the 2-minute warning. 21-17 here. Bootleg. 3rd and 6. It's interesting. Vegas is not calling timeouts. They should call one right now, though. So, they'll get the ball probably about a minute left to score 4 points. All right, a minute and 9 seconds left. They need a touchdown. A field goal doesn't help. And it's intercepted. Chicago has the ball. Hand it off to Avery. Oh, this is only the 3rd quarter. Here I am thinking it's the 4th quarter. Jeez. This game's been super exciting. All right, so end of 3rd, no one scored in here. If you look at it, it was 14-14 at the end of the first. All right, field goal, touchdown. No one scored 3rd quarter. So the defense have picked up on both sides. But a touchdown here by Chicago would. Back in the day, they didn't have technology to tell if it's a first down, so we have to use the Tecmo crew and trust their judgment here. Pitch to Avery. So 2nd down and 6 now. So they're going with the field goal to give them the 7-point lead. It's up. And it's no good. Wow. He hate me. Has a... Oh, no way. He has an opening. Down to the 33-yard line. Wow. Absolutely incredible here. (21-17). And just think if they do score a touchdown here. Chicago missed that field goal. We would have been tied. All right, under 3 minutes, Fitzpatrick shows up again. And now Las Vegas, 4th and 19. Yeah, I would definitely call the timeout. Going for the field goal here to make it 1 point. No good. Okay. So, enforcers now have a chance to just pile on and add to it here. Hand it to Avery. He's been pretty good on the run. Make him run out their timeouts. A sack. Big sack here. 3rd and 16. 2 minutes and 16 seconds left, ironically. And they sack him on the bootleg. 3rd and 20. Plenty of time. He gets sacked again. Wow. 4th and 29. They have to punt it. This is going to leave them with 1 minute and 30. 1 minute, 27 seconds left to go down the field for the game-winning touchdown. And he hate me to the 40. Okay. 40 yards away, 1 minute left. This is what's great about this game. Off the hands would have been a huge thing. 50 seconds remaining. Ten, 5, touchdown. The Outlaws have scored with 20 seconds left. It is now 23-21. The extra 28 seconds left. And the extra point, 24-21. That field goal is the difference right now. They score that field goal. We're there. 28 seconds left. Avery's getting the ball. They stop him right away. 20 seconds. Wow. Wow. Back to pass. He got his guy. No one's there. 20. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. And that is it. No time. No time. We have a walk-off touchdown. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Going for the extra point. You don't even need it. 28-24. Chicago Enforcers have won XFL EXP. So Chicago, in my opinion, has won their chance to be in expansion. Look at that. Wow. That was nuts. That was absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Best entertainment you're going to get. But thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Really appreciate it. You know, I'm going to have some more stuff popping around soon. Like I said, that game should be finishing it soon. Might have some time tonight to work on it. But thanks for watching. Thanks for spending some time. And if you haven't, go back, rewatch some of the clips. You'll definitely appreciate them. And congrats to Chicago. They've earned a spot. You never know. Maybe it'll be Chicago Enforcers or the Chicago Blitz. You never know. But looks like as of this broadcast, Chicago has earned expansion for the UFL. So thanks for watching, folks. Get a chance. Look at the predictions I'll be dropping Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for this upcoming weekend. If you're celebrating Passover, happy Passover. And for those celebrating Easter this weekend, happy Easter. Thanks so much. Have a good night.